Thank God that hope is not as fleeting as guilty thoughts of how we're digging in. Oh.
I'm here in San Diego, California, and I'm meeting with an incredible woman by the name of Kirk. She just won the sexiest vegan over the age of 50 for PETA, now 72 years old.
Hi, I'm Mimi Kirk, and welcome to my home. I've been a vegetarian since I'm about 30 years old. I stopped eating animals for the animals' health, not my own at the time. Well, I felt better emotionally as a vegetarian not eating animals. That was a spiritual thing for me, and I just felt I didn't have to take a life to live well. But I don't think I always felt I really ate healthy, but vegetarian isn't always the healthiest food. You have to really be careful to make the right choices because you can eat processed food. So I was vegan on and off. First I ate cheese, and then I didn't eat cheese for a while, and then about 3 years ago I became a raw vegan. And I really must say that I felt a huge difference becoming a raw vegan from vegetarian. My health improved, first of all. At my age, you start to get those little arthritic pains in your hands, and blood pressure's up, and you start to notice a few signs of aging. And that went away. 2 weeks after eating raw and going on a detox for 7 days, that was gone, and the pains never come back, and that's a little over 3 years now. So that was the big difference. And I started to feel like I looked better, and my energy level definitely boosted. I felt, boundless energy and a complete difference in my health. After I was vegetarian, I started to not only think about the animals, but I started to think about my health. But really up until just recently, I didn't think as much about my health until I aged some and started to get these feelings. Then I went, uh-oh, this is the sign of aging, I think. So I got to clean up my act a little bit. I've convinced so many people by my change and what people saw from me, and I think people really believed me. I didn't try to shove it down their throat what I was doing. I was more of an example. And my one daughter went raw at the same time I did. My other daughter eats, very healthy and mostly raw. I turned her on to green drinks and all kinds of raw food. And because I'm a pretty good food preparer, an uncooker, I call it now, I fix so much good food for friends and family that so many people eat more raw food than they ever did before. They're conscious about eating raw food and eating, 70% at least in their diet. So I think I've turned a lot of people on to that. Green drinks, I think my whole family does that. I turned them on to that. I don't really know that many people in my age bracket. I don't really have a lot of friends in my age bracket. I have a couple. And I look at my family, my sisters. I have a sister who's 2.5 years older than I am, and she's, she's a little more heavy-set and doesn't eat as healthy as I do. I have an 86-year-old sister. So longevity is there in my family in that way, but they all take a lot of different pills, and I don't. So I think that I'm doing really well in that area, and I really feel like I have a very young spirit. I feel young inside. I mean, when I wake up and look in the mirror, it's like kind of shocking who I am, but I don't really think about that as much. I really think more about how I'm feeling, and I really have the energy, like I feel sometimes like I'm 20. I jump out of bed, I have no aches and pains, and I think that's a sign of really ultimate health. So that's great for me. I'm not taking any supplements either, but I am going to have I believe in getting my levels checked, and I need to do that now. Now that I've been raw, I need to go back in and have my B12 and D seems to be the things that people say you need most, and I want to go back in and check those levels and see, and then I figure out which supplements to take if I need them. But I don't even take supplements. I think I eat so much greens, and I get enough food in me that gives me the vitamins I need, like a 20-year-old. I mean, really, I feel fantastic. I have lots of energy. I must say I get a really good night's sleep. A lot of people who are raw say they don't need much sleep, but I still need my sleep. I love it. 8 to 10 hours would be good for me. So I really do get a good night's sleep, and but I have energy all day. Boundless energy. Been retired for a couple of years, so my time's my own. I usually go to bed later, and my boyfriend and I are up, and we'll watch movies or whatever we do. We're out, and then I go to bed later, so I sleep a little later in the morning. And I work in my garden, and it takes time to fix raw food, so I spend a little time doing that maybe once a week I prepare things for the week. But I've been writing a book, so that took a lot of time in the last months. I have a book coming out in May of 2011, and I was spending a lot of time finishing that and testing recipes. But we go out and have fun. We travel a lot. I had more stress in my business for many years, and once I retired, it was just easy for me to not worry about things. I wake up in the morning without that, what do I have to do on my mind? So many people wake up, and as soon as before they even open their eyes, they're thinking about the day and what they have to do. They don't even wake up peaceful. And I have to say I wake up very peaceful every day. It's really a pleasure. My definition of health is eating. You are what you eat. I believe diet is number one on my list to stay healthy. And that's my big definition of health, is you have to put the right foods in your body. You can't go without eating all day and expect to get nutrients. You really need to eat and drink your green juices and get enough greens and fruits in you. You need all your vitamins on a daily basis. And you need them from a natural source, unprocessed and uncooked. That's the way I believe. Number two is exercise. I'm not great at that, but I'm getting better all the time. I really try to do my exercise. Walking, hiking, which is my favorite. I do Qigong. I do some Pilates. I have a video that I watch to do that. I do some yoga. But I'm not always regular. I'll do it and get really into it, and then I don't do it for a while, and then I'm back into it again. But I do think it's vital for good health. I think the next thing is being positive, having a very positive attitude, faith in something, that things are going to work out, trusting things that happen in life, and trying to figure out what's good and what you could learn from it is important. Love is big on my list. I think you have to have friends and family that you love, and people that love you, and you have to give love to everybody. I think it's really important to not be judgmental and to love people and know that there's good inside of everybody. And then I would say the fifth thing on my list is to have passion, something you love to do. Use the gifts that you have. Be excited about something every day that you're going to do. Keep yourself interested in something, whether it's gardening, whether it's volunteering, whatever your passion is. I think it's very important to keep that alive as you age. And I think those 5 things, for me, have to do with ultimate health of your whole body. I think if you don't feel good, if you're not healthy, all your concern is about your health. People work their whole life to make all this money. They stress themselves out, and then in their later years, I think they spend all that money with doctors, and their whole life is focused for those later years on their health and how they feel, and running back and forth to doctors. And I think being happy and healthy is a sign of wealth. So that to me is, you're healthy and wealthy. You can't be wealthy and not healthy. That's not good. Being healthy is wealthy. I put some effort into it because I didn't want to. It's not about aging. I think we all age. I'm going to look older. I'm going to get older. But how long can I prolong all the usual things that happen to people who don't take care of themselves? That's what I was after, I think, when I did this. I wanted to not have my fingers get all crooked and arthritic and big knuckles and bones that happen to people. As soon as I see that on someone's hands, I know that their diet is bad. I can see that they got this. Yes, you can say genes are a part of it, but I think genes are a small part of your life. I think they don't run you. I think you can run your genes a little bit better. And when I see older people or people my age or younger than me who are unhealthy, they've got walkers, they're overweight, you can see they just don't feel good. That's not where I wanted to go, and I think I paid attention to it. I put work into it. It was important to me, and I think it's kind of fun. I feel like I'm an experiment with myself. I kind of made this a little mission to see how long I can live, and I'm going to learn as I go. I mean, I'm raw food now, and I think that's the way to eat, and I'll learn other things. What supplements should I take? What can I do to keep this healthy or that healthy? I'm really excited about learning new things all the time, and I'm a real foodie, so I got to have this good food. I love really good food, and I can mimic any cooked food and make it raw and make it taste delicious, and I'll keep on learning what's the next great thing out there that keeps you healthy naturally.
Thank God that